Good morning, it is Monday. We are just under 4 weeks out from the Chicago Marathon. This is week 13, I believe. Unlucky for some, but I'm having a nice, easy 10K this morning. And then I'm gonna go to the gym, do a bit of strength training, so feeling good. It is a classic grey autumn morning in the UK. And actually, do you know what? I quite like it. Not too hot, not coming home from my easy runs covered in sweat. It's not bad.
Good morning, it is Tuesday, it's Groundhog Day. We're doing another easy 10K.
So, I didn't film any of this morning's run because it was hammering it down. As you can see from looking at me, I am soaking wet. Sacrificed the nipple there, the other one's also been done. Horror show, to be honest. The reason I didn't film is because my screen on my phone was so wet that I couldn't actually open like the screen and swipe across to video to make it film and record a video. So sorry about that. Yeah. I just ran 28K on a Wednesday morning for work. I start working in 15 minutes. Luckily I work from home today. Yeah, take free will away from me at this point. I don't think I can be trusted, to be honest. That's why. This morning's workout was 8 lots of 3K at marathon pace, right? With only 1 minute of recovery between each of them. I'm at a weird angle because I'm stretching now, sorry about that. Coach is trying to kill me, obviously, and it was just grim out there, absolutely hammering it down the whole time. My feet are soaked. I'll show you my socks in a minute. They were white, now black, basically. There's not a single part of me that is not wet, so that's good. But on the flip side, I did feel good. Like, it was good marathon pace stuff. I wasn't quite as fast as I wanted to be, but it's genuinely harder to run in such wet conditions because I was so paranoid about slipping over. Here are my socks, by the way. There you go, you sort of see there. I was so paranoid about slipping over. Hang on, let's make sure I'm in shot, even while I do my stretches. I was so paranoid about slipping over that you don't really want to go that fast up around corners and stuff, and yeah, just rough out there, like ridiculous. But still hit pace, still felt good, which is the main thing. And yeah, it's a big brick in the wall, I think. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with marathon pace, especially now the temperatures have dropped, which is actually really nice. So yeah, feeling pretty happy with the way things are going. Hopefully Chicago is not going to be some sort of surprise heat wave when I'm there. No, my luck it will be. But yeah, felt very good overall. I'm gonna have a shower now, eat some more food, and dry off, most importantly. I'm soaking, I'm cold. It's not very nice. There's not very nice things going on right now, but yeah, 28K in the bag. Happy Wednesday, boys and girls. Good morning, it is Friday. I'm doing an easy 10K today and then finishing it up at the gym. I don't feel very nice because I had a mega curry last night, so yeah, that was always going to happen. I think it's important to depict balance, like while I don't drink when I'm training for a marathon, I don't eat perfectly either. Especially last night, I had a lamb curry, rice, peshwari naan, mixed grill, poppadoms. Do you know what? Loved it. yeah, I feel a bit crap today, but it was worth it. Hello, it is Saturday. I am absolutely exhausted. It is about 12:15, and I've not long got back from being at a friend's wedding last night. It meant I didn't get as much sleep as I normally would. I'm quite tired because I've got to train fairly early this morning because I just want to get back. I've got things to do this weekend at home, and I do have an easy 10k to get on with at some point today. I'm probably going to go and do it now, to be honest with you, just before lunch, and then I come back, eat lunch, and then crack on with the rest of my boring Saturday. But yeah, nothing too exciting to report. Don't think it's going to be very fun. I am, as I say, very tired. Tomorrow I have a 38k easy run. 38k easy. That is long. Like, I'm going to be out for longer than I'll be hopefully running the marathon for. Yeah, man, I'm not looking forward to it, like, at all. I prefer the marathon pace runs, to be honest with you. Marathon pace long runs, they're harder, but they go faster because they are faster, but obviously you're concentrating on, like, hitting the speeds and feeling the pain a bit, whereas when it's an easy run, just plodding along, like, not to be all like, oh, look at me, but I could probably do easy pace for like 70 kilometers. Like, it's just easy and quite boring. So yeah, I'm gonna try and stick a podcast in, I think, tomorrow. I don't know why I'm telling you all about this when I haven't even done today's run yet, but yeah, just preempting what's to come, because that is what's been running through my head for this whole week, is just how boring that is going to be. I should try and reframe it. I think I said this in a video before. I should feel lucky that I get to do this sort of thing. But yeah, I'd rather sit on the fucking sofa, to be honest with you. This is a grim week of weather in Leeds, and today is not fun. You'll also see a very common problem for glasses wearers in the rain. Need windscreen wipers for these bad boys, man. Someone needs to invent that. Cannot see anything. That was a lot of fun. As you can see, I am absolutely drenched. Don't even really need a shower, to be fair. Just get a bit of shampoo, rub it through, go back outside. Ooh, 10k done though. You can't take me seriously with my glasses like this. 10k done. It was an easy 10k. I was at 147 according to my watch, and I've lambasted the heart rate, like I always say, like, don't pay attention to it, it's pointless. But 147, I was doing 507 per kilometre, and my watch now has me at sub 259 on the marathon predictor. I'm getting giddy. Good morning. It is Sunday, and we all know what that means. It is long run day. As I mentioned in the clips from yesterday, I have got 38 easy kilometers on the cards today. Really mixed feelings about this one. It could be really nice and fun, like one of those easy long runs where you just have a lovely time, or it could be horrendous and boring, but obviously hoping it'll be the former rather than the latter. I'm just gonna go up the canal and back this time. So last time I had a long run like this, I went to Knaresborough. That wasn't very fun. Go back and watch that video if you want, but it was really hilly. I ended up running on the main road. It just made the whole thing like not very enjoyable or fun. So this time I'm just gonna do a well-trodden path by me up the canal, although I've never gone that far up the canal. I'm obviously gonna have to go 19 kilometers up and then 19 kilometers back. So it is still seeing a new place. I don't know what the furthest up the canal I've ever been is. It's probably 16k maybe. Yeah, so looking forward to it. I think we're gonna get into it now. This is the least enthusiastic intro to a long run that anyone has ever done. Right, it seems like a good time for a status update. I'm just north of Bradford, 12.5k in, so I am
6.5k from turning around. Enjoying it really so far. Really having a nice time. Lovely weather, loads of runners out. Beautiful, can't complain. They say you should never return to the scene of a crime. Yet here I am in those woods, probably this time last year. I was caught slightly short on one of my longest runs of the block, which at the time was a 32k. And yeah, I'll leave the rest to your imagination. Oh, and it wasn't just once, it was twice on the same run. We're approaching the halfway point. I'm gonna have a gel in a minute. Feeling pretty good, really. Like, obviously aerobically fine. My legs just a bit tired, I think. It's been a big week. There we go, back to Leeds we go. Ended up in Shipley, and now all roads lead to Leeds. I was gonna have a gel, but my stomach's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit of a risk. But also my legs are gonna shut down, so one of the two is gonna go wrong. I dropped the gel while I was filming that last clip and only realised once I got a bit further along, so I had to go back. It was on the floor, luckily I found it, and we're going for it because my legs are feeling sore, so I need something. So I've come off the canal for a minute in civilization. Let's find a shop, get some water, maybe a Lucozade. Found an answer. Going up that hill was not worth it. 1.5k left. Well, just less. Legs are feeling it, man. I suppose that's what happens when you only take one gel the whole time, but yeah, nearly there, nearly there. We are done. 38k in the bag. That's 109 kilometers this week, I think. Whew. That was actually more enjoyable than I thought it would be, so we'll take those. In case you're wondering, like, oh, what do you do after a big long run like that? Nothing. I've been doing stretches on my yoga mat. I'm laying down on my yoga mat now, and I'm not got up for 10 minutes. I'm hungry, I need a shower, I smell. I just can't summon myself to get up. And this is the exact reason why I have so much respect for parents who train for marathons. You are ridiculous, because especially the long runs later on in the block, not so much the long runs earlier on, anything under 30k I'm sort of all right with, which I know is a mental thing to say, but anything over 30k for the rest of the day, I am out of action, done. Don't come to me with anything. That's me finished. I'll sit on the sofa, I'll eat, I'll maybe get up and cook. That is the extent of it. I could not imagine if I had to have children, entertain children, one child even. Don't know why, it doesn't have to be plural, but mental. Like, you lot who do that are just insane. Fair play to you. I'm just a silly little, 24-year-old, and I have basically no responsibilities. In case anyone's wondering how I refuel after a run like that, banana, that's it. No, obviously not. I'll show you. Having a big old portion of yesterday's pasta. I am gonna do some fried eggs in here once this is heated up. Yes, in butter, because I'm a man who does not care about my arteries. And I'm gonna have the fried eggs on some sourdough, which is just toasting away in there. I also have one of these bad boys. Protein yogurt, artificial nonsense, but they're quite nice. So we draw the curtain on another week of Chicago Marathon training. That was a 109 kilometer week this week, which is the furthest I've ever ran in a week in my life. So it's the second time I've ever gone over 100 kilometers. The first time was, of course, 2 weeks ago, and Chicago Marathon is only 3 weeks away today. In fact, given the time difference, maybe I'll have finished by this point. No, probably not. I'll be in the latter stages of the marathon, so I'll be suffering. Anyway, it's mad how time has flown throughout this training block. Not even just this training block, but this year in general. I feel like has gone very fast.
It feels like ages ago that I was starting it at the Battersea Park half. Feels like ages ago, which was part of the whole training block. And also the week where I didn't do any training and do any running because I was injured, or, you know, not quite injured, but just nursing a little, you know, knock, shall we say. Yeah, and I'm glad that feels like ages ago, because I was genuinely really worried at the time that I wouldn't be able to run, how much it would impact Chicago, how much it would impact the training block. And to go from that to, you know, multiple 100-kilometer plus weeks in a matter of weeks as well is I'm really pleased with that. So yeah, really happy with it. I don't feel as messed up after doing that 109-kilometer week as I thought I would. It sounds like a lot, and it is obviously a lot, but it's crazy how much your body can adapt, how it can build endurance, fitness, how your muscles adapt to the extra stress and strain. I was looking at my Strava, and you know how it brings up runs from like a year ago. I was in that run saying, oh, I've got a big week next week. It's a 70-kilometer week. And that is obviously a big week, right? I don't want anyone sat there doing 70-kilometer weeks or less and thinking that that's not big. That is big. For me at the time, that was big. And it is big for most normal people. I'm going some way to saying I'm abnormal here, but I don't mean that in a good way. It's just crazy how things change and how much progress you can make in running. I think that's why I love it so much. In the 70k week now is like not that big of a deal for me, which is really quite awesome to look back on. And I think sometimes you don't really do that enough. You don't really think about where you've been. You just think about the next goal. You know, I'm chasing a sub-3 marathon, and that's constantly been in my mind. But actually, it's nice to remind yourself of the progress that you made in, you know, a very short time as well. And you started running properly and training properly for things at the start of last year. So just goes to show. That is my biggest ever week, and that is where I'll peak in this training block. From now on, it is going down and down the mileage, so I don't start properly tapering yet, but next week is less than what this week was by a fair chunk. So I am almost sort of tapering now, like it's, yeah, scaling the mileage back, although I've still got quite a big long run to do next week. So yeah, really excited, really pleased with how the training block has gone so far. And I also really enjoy making these videos. Like, even though maybe like 20 people watch them, it's been quite fun to document the progress. And if nothing else, I think I'll enjoy looking back on it at some point, maybe with my non-existent kids. I mean, non-existent in that they don't exist now, not that they will never exist. But yeah, hopefully if you got to the end of this video, it means you've enjoyed watching it too, as much as I have enjoyed making it. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for your support. Do consider liking, subscribing if you haven't already. Drop a comment if you would be so kind. And even if you would be not so kind and drop a hate comment, that would be great too, because it all builds engagement. We'll see you in the next video.